The reasons I am doing these films on the Woronora Dam storage levels is because of the low level over the years. People think the water's been leaking out through the mining underneath. I sort of beg to differ on that because I believe the water levels are kept low simply because of the actual documented records of the environmental flows on the Sydney Catchment Authority website. These clearly indicate that millions of litres of water let out are going down a river when they should be actually kept within the dam for our drinking water in times of drought. Just a few days prior to the 29th of the 4th, 2015, we received in the Helensburgh district of New South Wales at least 350 millimetres, if not more, of rain. And the Woronora Dam went from about 82% full to 96%. So let's skedaddle out there and have a really good squiz to see how much difference it is to previous films that I've taken when it's been down to 30%. Let's go. What you're looking at here is a spot that I previously filmed in each of my movies showing the various levels. As you can see, here we are at 2006 through to 2012 and now it's 2015. With comparison shots of the water level, we'll look through this magnificent spillway cutting to Lake Woronora beyond. Okay, we now come to an area of comparison shots from 2006 till now. This is from the 29th of April, and we can see those trees aren't looking too happy about drowning. And now we'll see what it looked like in 2006, the same spot, as we go back in time. More comparison shots. And the thing is, even during the drought periods, there's a thing called environmental flows. And they were letting water out during the drought periods while we had water restrictions and water police going around trying to find anyone. Yet 7 million litres a day was going out of this dam alone, during the drought periods. I mean, how crazy is that? Here we are struggling to keep our drinking water intact and they're letting it out. So from the 10th of May for the last year, 7,618 million litres of water have been let out of this dam. That's our drinking water. Because of all that rain, in the last week alone, ending the 10th of May, 1,472 million litres of rain water has been let out from this dam. Now, you would think logic would dictate that you would let the dam fill when it is raining to get that water in there for the population to drink. But no, the more it rains, the more they let out. They somehow think it's not going to get as wet this side of the dam as the catchment area on the other side. No one questions any of this except maybe me. Very dumb logic on the authorities. When they first came to this country, they didn't know anything about water storage in England. They had creeks and plenty of rain. Well, they discovered the complete opposite out here. And so the hunt went on for decades to try and supply Sydney and surrounding areas with a good supply of water. As the population increased, the water supplies decreased and they needed something better. And they came across, of course, the valleys of the Illawarra Escarpment and thought, well, these are good places to build water storage. Here they thought they were doing a mighty thing for the population coming into Australia. One wonders what the old fellows would think nowadays with this water being let out, prior to the dam even being allowed to be filled. Water being let out in droughts, water being let out by the volumes when it pours rain. The water going down the river, and any river, from a situation like this changes the natural Australian nature of that river. So here is the gauge from the 29th of April. We're nearly there to the level mark of being filled. We haven't got that far to go and it's only about 6.6. However, earlier shots show the gauge well out of the water. Look, 10 metres, and there's probably about 10 metres to go down to the surface of the dam level. We can see it on the side there, 18 metres, 18.5 metres. Yet here we are, we're back to the 29th of April 2015, and then we see what happens on the 4th of May. Just a few days later and we're sitting about 1 centimetre below the full level. What a tremendous amount of rain we got, an absolute deluge in such a short period, at least 400 millimetres or more. Woronora Dam is a mass gravity dam, which means it remains in position under its own weight. Its lower levels are built of massive sandstone blocks quarried on site. The main wall was made from blue metal and gravel concrete. And here we see it being constructed in the old days. It was a 100-metre deep gorge. This is why it was chosen. The extensive rain in a short period of time has certainly brought that water up. It allowed the trees to grow so well, being low. And now, this is what it looked like in 2006, the same area. You can see the level on the dam where the water should be. And gradually it got there over the years, but it sure took a long time. The time can easily be judged by the height of these trees that have grown in the catchment area. As you can see, they are dying off. But here we are back on the 29th of April. Looking at this growth, I look around now, see those rocks. As I pointed out earlier in this film with comparison photos, here it is on the 4th of May. A few days later, on the right hand side of the screen, the same spot, those rocks are now underwater. It will be interesting to see if they remain underwater, because normal water use by people, evaporation, and also these environmental flows will certainly have an effect. Civilizations rise and fall on the available water. But here you see fish, freshwater fish, in this dam, surviving because they have water. But it shows you life, not just human life, will exist where water will be found and stored. Showing you that drinking water is there for us to survive.